Good evening, everyone. This is Coach Linda, and this is 100 Days of Purpose. We are on day number 76, and I am coming to you so we can talk about claiming your values. As people of purpose, we've got to know what we believe and why we believe what we say we believe. And those things have to really resonate in us. It has to really resonate on the inside of us if we're going to hold down the type of lifestyle that we need to hold down to be people of purpose. Because we all have a direction, we all have a calling on our lives and a solution on the inside of us, and people waiting to receive that solution. And so we have to be able to disown our fears, and we have to be able to understand that the reason why we exist is pertinent for us to live that happy life. Everyone wants to live the happy life. Everyone wants to live the good life. But we tend to not want to put in the work to do that. And so once we find our reason to live and we understand what we love and what the world needs from us specifically and what we can get paid for and then what we're good at, we can start to see that there are some things in our lives that don't line up with that, and we need to remove those things. And like I talked about yesterday, we have to disown our fears, and you disown your fears by telling the truth, knowing what the truth is, and speaking that truth. Um, and so today we're going to talk about claiming your values. And once you've erased your fears about pursuing your purpose, you can begin to identify your core values. You start by making a list of everything you value. And for some people, I have a exercise that I give them to help them figure out what do they value the most, what's most important. And again, I say this all the time, we find out that the most important things aren't things at all. And so if you need some help with that, there is an exercise that I can send to you to help you with your core values, or you can Google it, and use list of common core values for your inspiration. Uh, but it's important that you understand what your core values are. And then as you go through this and you make a list of what you value, you're going to want to narrow that list down to at least 5 of your most deeply held core values or beliefs for someone who doesn't want to, someone who needs a little bit more clarity on what I mean by value. So this would be your belief system. Okay. And looking at your list, think about how your current life and your current work support and reflect these values. Most of us will find that we're living a lie. We're not living our truth. We think we're living our truth, but when we really make a list of what we value, the things that we say, the things that we do, the type of work that we do does not align with that. And so you want to, after you make your list, think about your current life and your work and see if it supports and reflects your values. And how do they show up for you on a daily basis? What examples do you have of times when you have truly lived your values, lived in your truth, walked in what you truly believe, stood up for what you believe? There's something that says there's a saying out there that says if you don't stand up for something, you'll fall for anything, right? And so you got to know what your values are. You got to know what you stand for. You got to know what you're rooted in. You got to understand what you believe and why you believe what you believe. And then after you do go through that process and take a little bit of time to see if your values are aligned, if your life aligns with your values, next you're going to think about which values you may be ignoring or not giving enough attention to in your current situation. So you may value, let's say you may value family, but you barely spend time with your family. You don't build that relationship. And so you're ignoring that because you're out working, you're out trying to pay the bills and do X, Y, and Z, and you're neglecting your family. And so you want to really look at what are you ignoring and that you say that you value. What are you not giving enough attention to in your current situation? How can you bring more attention to these areas? What do you need to start or stop doing to fully embrace and live these values? And here's something very important that you should remember. Our values represent who we are at our core. When we deeply understand and claim our values, decisions become easier to make, and we can start putting our dreams into actions. We can start living the life that we were supposed to live. We can start doing the things that we are supposed to do. We can start to understand how these core values relate to our purpose. And so, you know, some core values would be religion, family, what else? Oh man, those are the top two that come to my mind as an example. But you know, your religion, your family, your worth ethic, what else? The things that you desire for your life, that you truly believe will make your life, your world a better place. Some things are just there it's I mean, I'm sitting here trying to rack my brain because my mind is going in so many different directions. But there's family, there's friends, there's relationships. How do you build your relationships? How do people become close to you? um you know who you choose to love, who do you choose to spend your time with, what do you choose to spend your time doing? All of these things come from our values and our beliefs. And so we've got to understand at the end of the day what it is that we truly believe. What is it that we're trying to accomplish? So many people say they want certain things in life to happen, but they're not willing to put in the work. They're not willing to go the distance. They're not willing to make the necessary changes that need to happen in their lives so they can experience what they truly say that they want. And then they go on and they say, well, life isn't fair, and I can never get ahead, and it's a game against me, it's this, that, and the other. But is it really? Or are you just not focusing in on what's going to bring that goodness into your life? What's going to bring that purpose and allow you to walk in the things that you say that you want to walk in, and be the type of person you say you want to be, do the type of things that you say that you want to do. Many times we are stuck because we can't get past our fears. We don't know what we truly believe. And we're like the leaf in the wind, and we can go whichever way the wind blows us, and we have no real true direction. One person says do it this way, and we start doing it that way, and we meet someone else that says do it this way, and so we do it that way, and we just flip flop all over the place. And then you wonder why your life is full of confusion and turmoil, and why you can't seem to get ahead, and why you can't seem to make things happen in your life. And then you see people that they're getting what they want, they're making things happen, and you want to belittle and degrade them, because and say that they are, the one percenters, or they are the pretty people, or the beautiful people, or they're the people that haven't struggled in life, they're the people that things just come to easily, and they're putting in the same, well, they may be putting in more work than you are, because you've chosen not to work. You've chosen not to do. You've chosen not to get involved. You've chosen to allow whatever comes your way to come your way, and to handle you instead of you handling it. And so it's important that we disown our fears. It's important that we understand our reason for living. It's important that we know our values. Tomorrow, we are going to talk about how to take powerful action, because when you are a person of purpose, you got to take action. You got to take action. You've got to take action. You've got to take action. You've got to take action. You cannot sit on the sidelines and think that your life is just going to be what you want it to be, and you're sitting on the sidelines. You got to get in the game. So I am Coach Linda. This is 100 Days of Purpose. We're moving right along. This is day number 76, and we're coming around that corner. We've come around that corner. Less than 25 more days of this, and then we will be preparing for our 30-day challenge. I'm excited about the 30-day challenge. I'm excited about what's just going to be taking place over the next few months. um as here we are, almost in the middle, smack dab in the middle of 2021. And it's been an interesting year. It's been a year of clarity for me. It's been a year of creation for me. It's been a year of redemption and restoration, and I'm going through another period of transformation, and I'm getting some clarity on some things. And so, yeah, it's coming out of 2020 and the things that have gone on in 2020. And I have to say that God has truly been good to me. He has truly been good to me, even in the middle of a pandemic, when people were losing and being stripped. God was just protecting his daughter. And so I thank God for that. And in 2021, I'm seeing the benefits of everything that I sowed in 2020, but I'm seeing it in a way of clarity. And I understand that this is only the beginning. And so I'm excited about what's about to happen. And if you are not excited about what's about to occur, about what's getting ready to take place, even in this world full of hatred, and this world full of devastation, and this world full of, it's us against them. It's just our world is just so topsy turvy right now. People don't know if they're coming or going, and they're trying to figure it out, and they're against their brother, and they're against their sister, and they're against this one and that one, and there's just so much anger going on. But in the midst of that anger, there are people that are trying to be examples of love and hope. And that's where I want to find myself. I want to be an example of love and hope. I want people to know that all hope is not lost, that the world is not going to hell in a handbasket. But if you do the right things, and you make the right decisions, and you make the right maneuvers at the right time, you will reap the benefit of everything that you've sown, and you can get it 100-fold. You can get it where it is abundant and overflowing. It's kind of like David said in 23rd Psalms, my cup overflows. And so that's what I want to see for those that truly want to walk in their purpose and truly want to live out the plan, not the plan that you have, but the plan that God has for you, because that's the success. That's where you're going to find the success. I'm Coach Linda. This is 100 Days of Purpose. And as I say at the end of all of these, I'm out.